Everyone, I know that a lot of you either are just back at the studio or you are coming back to the studio quite soon, maybe next week. So I want to just talk to you about something that I want you to think about before you come back to the studio, and that is your expectation and managing expectations. So one thing that's really important is that our expectations are realistic. If our expectations are not realistic, what it usually creates is frustration. So frustration usually comes from unrealistic expectations. So it might be that I'm thinking I'm going to go back to the studio next week and I'm going to just dance the best ever because I'm so excited to be back. And I know that you're all excited to be back training, of course. But you might also think, well, actually, I haven't been training for a few months, maybe, depending on, of course, what you were able to do during lockdown. And then be realistic about how that is going to feel. It might be that your stamina is not as good as when you went into lockdown. Or it might be that just you feel a little bit stiff in your body. So try and be really realistic about what your expectations are. Of course, this should not be an excuse to be lazy and think, okay, because it's the first week, I'm just gonna mess around and not train seriously. Of course, we still want to push ourselves. But instead of having an expectation that we're going to feel really great and it's going to be fantastic to be back, then maybe try and think about having an expectation of, okay, I'm just going to dance my best and I'm going to push myself to my limit, but I'm not actually going to judge how it feels in my body. So I hope that this is going to make you think a little bit before you go back to the studio and is going to make it a really good experience where you don't feel frustrated coming back into dancing.